Good afternoon. Are we live? Yeah, good afternoon, Ruth. Meron pa bang video tayo na i-air? Okay, good afternoon everyone. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at nandito po ulit tayo sa ating programang Tourismo TV. Kasama po natin sa araw na ito ang mga prestigyosong at mga kasama natin at kapamilya natin sa tourism industry. At Ruth, are we live already? Okay, so we're live. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. At sa hapon pong ito, muli po ay nandito po ulit tayo sa Tourismo TV at ang mga kasama po natin sa araw na ito ay galing naman po sa Region 8 o sa Eastern Visayas Region. At ito po ay pinangungunahan ng ating Regional Director na si Ms. Karen Rosa Tiopes. Joining her are the local tourism stakeholder Mr. Jerick Florano of XYZ Hotel and Mr. Jose Manuel Horca para naman po sa ating mga tour guide. Magandang hapon po sa ating mga Cebuanos at sa mga Warays. Let's represent in this session po. Ito po ay all about sa Eastern Visayas region. Siguro po bigyan na po natin o ipasa na po natin ang floor sa ating mga kasamang mga panelists. Miss Karen Rosa Tiopes, pwede po bang bumati muna tayo sa ating mga tagapanood dito po sa ating programang Tourismo TV?
Okay. So maupay nga kulok ha ato nga tanan, maupay nga kulok Michael. Maupay gyud nga kulok to you Jerick and Ganggang.
Maayong na tuyo. Okay.
Maupay nga kulok.
Okay, maupay na.
Yes. Okay. And please call me Karen na lang, Michael.
Okay,
so thank you so much for inviting us in Tourismo mismo and giving us the opportunity to share our tourism story in Region 8.
Thank you very much, Ms. Karen Tiopes. Mr. Jerick Florano.
Yes, maupay nga kulop inyo na tanan. Maupay nga kulop RD Karen, Sir Michael, and Sir Ganggang. I hope everyone medyo ready ngayon sa pakikinig ng mga information na pwede nyo makuha sa Eastern Visayas and what it has to offer once we recover.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Jerick Florano of XYZ Hotel. And to our tour guide, represent na nung nakaraan lang po nung Monday is nag-celebrate sila ng ilang kaarawan. Mr. Jesus Manuel Horca.
Alright, maupay nga kulok, maayong hapon, magandang hapon, and good afternoon to everyone. So welcome to our forum and hope that ngayong hapon we will learn something and we will be able to talk about what we have in Eastern Visayas and what we could do during this time of crisis. Yeah.
Yes, magandang hapon Ganggang, and maraming salamat po. So sa hapong ito, ang magiging course ng ating usapan para po sa ating mga tagapakinig at doon po sa ating mga tagapakinig, pwede niyo pong itong i-share, especially doon po sa ating mga travelers at also sa ating mga stakeholders, doon po sa ating mga travel and tour operators dito po sa Metro Manila, which is 80% of the local tourists are coming from. Subaybayan niyo po ang programang ito hanggang 4:30 PM ng hapon at sana po matuto po tayo sa ating gagawing discussion. At ito, meron pong nakikinig from Mati City. Ang Mati City po is coming all the way from Davao Oriental. So that's I think 300 kilometers away from Eastern Visayas. Eastern Visayas, 300 kilometers away from Samar. So, sige, simulan na po natin ang ating discussion and simulan po natin, alam naman natin na we are going into the MGCQ period already. Tatapos na po tayo doon sa ECQ and GCQ. kamusta po ba dyan sa atin sa Eastern Visayas region? At paano po tayo nagpe-prepare? At paano po natin inihahanda ang ating mga local tourists, no? Not only from that province o yung local, no, yung mga talagang nakatira diyan, but also how do you communicate your preparation dito sa atin sa mga, for example, nasa Metro Manila or as far as yung sa Mati City kanina or nung nandun sa Davao City, paano natin sila inihahanda or paano natin ibinibigay or paano natin sila ini-inform sa ating mga preparation na ginagawa once we are fully open dyan sa Region 8. Sige, simulan na po natin ang ating discussion sa ating kasama. Manager po siya ng XYZ Hotel, Mr. Jerick Florano. Take the floor.
Sige po, Sir Mike. With that question, right now, given with the, but before anything else, Sir Mike, no, I think we have prepared also to introduce our property. Before anything else, I'd like to introduce first what we can offer, and for the rest of our netizens who are watching now and who are listening, at least you could consider XYZ once we are allowed to travel again and to explore the Philippines. So, sige po, I'll have a very brief introduction lang po of XYZ. So, for curiosity again, with the word infinite, just like our regional campaign Infinite, our XYZ brand is a local and independent chain in Eastern Visayas. We have different properties from the basic bed and breakfast to our deluxe business boutique hotel. And for those who are asking why XYZ, we always highlight this as part of our the experience, no? So XYZ brand inspired by the infinite letters, just like the infinite scape, which depicted a never-ending experience. It also, depicts the humanity of hospitality from the chromosomes of the XX and XY and Z when you close your eyes with your heart at peace. So, we're basically giving that comfort, that heartfelt services to all our discerning travelers, tourists, and guests. And at the same time, just like the infinite scape, everything that you will experience to us from the property itself, you go out, you experience the culture, you experience what is Eastern Visayas and what it has to offer. That's what we are giving to our tourists and guests. Sige po. And of course, with our core mission and vision, we have simple yet remarkable vision and mission that we wanted to give to all our guests, of course, and that is to prefer an exceptional and heartfelt services and to make every experience a distinct relationship every time you stay with us and you visit Eastern Visayas, which are all created straight from our heart. And of course, our brand philosophy and a brand promise, every time you stay with us, you need to escape the ordinary, experience an authentic Waray hospitality, and exceptional memories straight from our heart. And the brand experience, of course, more than anything else, is for you to be able to experience a metaphor for a vibrant soul and energy of the Eastern Visayas region and discover a modern cultural hospitality reborn. So basically, that's what we offer, and where to find us. We're basically all our properties in the business hub of Tacloban City are in the center of the downtown, which is like accessible, convenient also, like around 15 to 20 minutes lang from the airport. So for those who wanted to visit Region 8 and you stop over in Tacloban, so you know where to go. But of course, aside from XYZ and ZPAD, we have a few properties also, or accommodation facilities which can cater all your needs, no? So aside from us. So marami din po kami dito na mga hotels and accommodation establishments. And for ZPAD residences, what we offer is basic bed and breakfast. We don't have any other facilities there. What we offer are all basic bed and breakfast, all the room service 24 hours. But for XYZ, we have different outlets, as you can see on the screen. We have our Q Kitchen, which is an all-day dining restaurant which serves 6 different international cuisines. We also have our Fizz Gastropub. If you want to experience, the city vibe and the 360-degree panoramic view of the city, you need to visit this. No, we are, aside from the fact that we are serving Greek, Japanese, and American, we also serve a wide array of alcohol, spirit, wine, and all you have to do is just to enjoy and relax with live music. But all of that you can experience once everything will be well and you can start traveling, no? Even to our local tourists. Of course, we also have our coffee shop, which is the ABCD Cafe. That's appetizers, bread, coffee, and dessert. One-stop shop coffee shop or cafe. Then we also have different facilities like our ballroom, and then we also have our pool, our dedicated wellness center. We have our pool, our spa. We have also our boardroom for those who are in business. And all of this information, you may just visit hotelxyz.com.ph. And of course, we are known for different products and services. And this is something that you can look forward once you start traveling, no? And once you decided to visit this region, the Infinite Scape region, which is Region 8. We have, of course, our memory foam mattresses. That's something that we're really boasting for every now and then to our tourists. After a long day, you need to relax and have a good night's sleep. And then, of course, we are known for an all-day restaurant that serves 6 different international cuisine and a gastropub. Yes, the one I've mentioned, that's Fizz. And then we also have the Q Kitchen, which is serving 6 different international cuisines. And with the Q Kitchen, it is known for the best pad thai, according to Chef Daza. So this is something that you look forward for if you want like a gastronomic experience. We have that pad thai and the best pad thai in the Philippines, according to Chef Daza. You may search on his Instagram. We're also known for our local gelato, which has been inspired from the local delicacies of the region, which is the moron and binagol. Something to look forward also when you visit us. And then we also have, of course, that's it. The Q Kitchen, which we are serving 6 different international cuisines. Just imagine, you're in a boutique hotel and you have all of this in one-stop shop. If you're looking for a Filipino, Japanese, you can go all over the world and just sit down and just enjoy it, and indulge. And then, lastly, of course, this is something that we are proud of. XYZ Properties, our brand, we are known for farm to table. And basically, this is our livelihood. Ito yung kabuhayan namin ngayong ganitong may pandemic. And this is something that we are really working on. Since hindi kami nag-ooperate ngayon, as of this moment, we're just about to open pa lang. As of this moment, we're not open yet. Ito yung tinutulong namin din sa mga associates namin. Given na hindi pa kami bukas at wala pa kaming jobs for our associates, what we usually do, all the harvest from the eggs, from the vegetables, we sell it to our associates in a farm cost, and then they resell it. So technically, we were able to teach our associates to be entrepreneurs, to have this at hand, that they could have their daily living and sustain their living through these products and resell it. So this is one thing that I wanted to. Probably our televiewers could, or some of the hotel owners could actually adapt that one. And in terms of our, of course, right now, according to the recent survey and research of TripAdvisor and Revenue, 80% of the travelers now, before they would really look for the brand. And this is a good opportunity for us, especially the boutique hotels or the small properties out there. Right now, guests are not looking after the brand. Okay, we have this campaign, which is the XYZ Cares, #Safe Like Home. So it's our commitment to clean stay. So right now, given with the survey, right now guests are looking for 80% are looking for how's the sanitation, how's their security. So I think this is what we need to bank on to market our property, that they are secured, that they are somehow confident we need to give that confidence in our with regard to our accommodation. Of course, given with the severity of what is happening, of course, we cannot build the house from the roof down. Wala pong foundation. We need to create a foundation, and what we need to do is to transmit a message of security and normality. And what we're doing now for XYZ is that one. Of course, a campaign of Safe Like Home, wherein our guests will be confident to stay with us in the property. And I know some of you guys are creating their own marketing strategies also. So you guys can adopt this for you to be able to market um, your property in a way that ang guests hindi sila matatakot magstay because they know that you can cater them in a way that it's clean, it's sanitized, and and confident sila na safe sila whenever they are with us. That's why I name it, the campaign is Safe Like Home, Clean to Stay, Commitment to Clean. So what we're doing now, just like the question of Sir Mike kanina, when we're about to open, of course, we followed the the protocols and the new guidelines for safety and for hotel accommodation and restaurants, courtesy by our Department of Tourism. Basically, we pattern it there. So we have different protocols that we are offering to our guests. One of this is like a contactless check-in and check-out. So the guest is not necessarily to be at the front desk anymore. All you have to do is just, we will just give you a link and do your check-in there. It's like an airline. So basically, we have this platform. The guests can just enroll an online check-in, and once you arrive at the property, you just need to show up your ID and ask for your key card, and automatically you can go straight to your room. Then we also have our contactless checkout. And then we also have different protocols like, we would encourage our guests to book online. Diba? Kasi at least contactless payment, all you have to do is just to pay. And then the perks of that, you need to attract also the market and our tourists or our guests that when they book directly, at least kahit paano, they can save something. So that's a good marketing also. Not necessarily, you need to be flexible in terms of your rate. Para at least right now, it's gonna be tough to recover because there's still a stigma. But how I see it, I wanted to say it that there's an optimistic forecasting that eventually everything will be well and we will rebound as one. So I have it here on the screen, some of our procedures or guidelines, and these are also available once we're up and open for public. The guests can just read all the requirements and download this guidelines through a link bio that we will be posting eventually on our website and on our social medias, so they can have a better understanding and a brief guidelines on what to do and what are the precautionary measures and guidelines that we will be offering once they stay with us. So if you can see, that's our basically pattern accordingly to the guidelines of the Department of Tourism. And of course, if you can see for the guest rooms, we wanted to make sure that it's your home, it's sanitized, no? Then we also have our different technology that we will be incorporating. We have a UV light, and electrostatic sprayer for room cleaning and sanitation. That's it. And then for the public areas and the restaurants, we also have this, protocols, even grab and go food options. And I think everyone, and even the big from the bigger hotels, I actually adopt this from the bigger hotels, that there is like grab and go food options, at least contactless, diba? So on all of this, once you stay with us, once you visit the website, and once you check on our social media accounts, these are all available on our link that you can check and read on. Para at least you are guided accordingly once you're ready to travel again and once you stay with us. So and the rest, we will just update it and we will keep you posted on our social media accounts. And of course, I hope everyone could, visit us, the Region 8, travel again, have an infinite scape and experience as you stay with us at the same time. Sir Mike?
Yeah, thank you very much, Jerick. Actually, wala nang masyadong sasabihin, ano? You are actually really prepared, no? Hinihintay nyo na lang talaga mag-open ang tourism once again.
Yes.
Question lang. Ngayon ba, anong level na ang Region 8? Are you under MGCQ or you are under GCQ?
We are still under MGCQ. Yes.
MGCQ, where you can actually operate 50% of your, or you offer 50% of your tourism establishment, right?
Yes, yes.
So
Restaurant.
far, kamusta ba dyan ang atmosphere, no? Kamusta dyan ang clamor? Alam naman natin, the government or DOT were saying about the local bubble tourism, right? So yung mga local bubble ba natin, nararamdaman na ba natin ngayon yan? Meron na ba tayong mga local tourists that travels from one city to another city or one province to another city para to check, you know, and really book their accommodation sa inyong hotel?
You know what, Sir Mike? That's a good question, no? Para at least everyone has the idea. Because what we did, what XYZ and ZPAD is doing now, we just open our online, our online travel agencies and our Book Direct website from July onwards. For us to be able to gauge if we are ready to open or if the market is really coming na. Apparently, we've noticed that there are only few who are booking and some there's none, even inquiries, because we would record it, we would record the inquiries, either telephone or walk-ins, and there are only a few who are actually bibilang mo lang sila. Therefore, me personally, I can gauge that I guess the travelers or our guests are not ready yet. If meron man tumatawag, ito yung mga from other key cities, like for example from Samar or from Ormoc, who will be traveling to Tacloban, and probably they're gonna be doing something business, and then they just need an overnight stay. So basically that's it, but very limited. Unlike nung pre-COVID, no? So I think with regard to that, we cannot say that meron na siyang demand as of this moment.
Okay, you were mentioning about the pre-COVID scenario. How was the pre-COVID scenario then in your hotel?
Before COVID, no, sabihin natin the first quarter, from December siguro up to February, before we had our lockdown, our occupancy is doing well. We would have our average occupancy from 85 to 90%. No, wow. It depends, because it depends if there are group bookings. So it's really different. Sabi ko nga sa'yo kanina while we're having our briefing, I'm not I miss the accommodation experience. I miss accommodating and the relationship building with our guests. So namimiss ko na to, namimiss ko yung buhay na ganon. But while we are, trying to miss everything, we need to have, sabi ko nga kanina, we cannot build the house with the roof down. So we need a strong foundation for us to be able to get in there, that once we are trying to recover or to have our rebound, meron tayong foundation na okay tayo, no? Which is, I forgot to mention earlier dun sa slides, our breakthroughs, no? XYZ breakthroughs, and I think everyone can relate this one, Sir Mike. I wanted to highlight, aside from the achievements and recognition, I think Region 8 itself, no, aside from XYZ, we are typhoon survivors. No,
yes.
We are typhoon survivors. We are earthquake proof. We've experienced different earthquake already in here, and then right now we are pandemic fighter. The resilience is there, and this is one thing that I wanted to highlight, that we are healing as one, and we're having this restart tourism. That when you restart, it's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be easy because there is solidarity, and with all the experiences that we have. And we had, I think we can really rebound, and we can have an optimistic forecasting, of course.
Yeah, that's interesting. No, you were mentioning about the earthquake proof, the typhoon proof. No, especially sa lahat ng region, compared mo sa other region, your region, Region 8 is one of the badly hit, or one of those regions that every year are hit by typhoons, sometimes earthquakes, sometimes now this time is pandemic. But still, nakikita natin yung resiliency ng tao dyan. Businesses are still operating, and they are very much hopeful na mag-ooperate tayo uli in the coming months. And this will actually keep us inspired, no? Not only your business as XYZ Hotel, but also other players in the industry.
Yes.
Actually, sige, babalikan natin lahat yan. But pupunta muna tayo, no, sa round 2 natin. Pupuntahan muna natin yung iba pang mas matatag pa kaysa sa XYZ Hotel. Puntahan na natin ang ating kasama sa tour guiding industry. Ito yung mga nagbibigay ng buhay, ng kulay, ng storya, ng heritage ng ating tourism sa bansang Pilipinas. I-welcome na po natin ang ating next panelist, Mr. Ganggang Horca.
Yes, magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Maupay nga kulop, maayong hapon.
Yes.
Yeah, and magandang hapon sa lahat. Okay, well, thank you so much first and foremost, Mr. Michael Herrera, for inviting us over and to share our beautiful Eastern Visayas. Now, just a little sharing lang. No? By the way, I am a regional tour guide at the Department of Tourism. I'm proud to say that I was the first and the only regional tour guide the DOT Region 8 had before. Okay, now ngayon marami na kami. So at least ako yung nag-introduce ng tour guiding dito sa Region 8 for quite some time. Now, before this pandemic happened, okay, tour guiding kasi depende siya sa guests or sa clients na darating dito sa ating region, sa region namin, sa Region 8. Sometimes meron kasi ibang tourists na pupunta rito and wouldn't need any tour guides, okay? And there are also travel agencies or tour operators that needs tour guide to accompany their guests. By the way, we are a freelancer, okay? So we are connected with whoever tour operators here in Region 8. So kahit sino pwede tumawag sa amin, we can help it out. What we basically do here as a tour guide is we are the frontliners, okay? We promote the Region 8. We give information about the history as to what this place is and what that place is. Now, but again, sabi ko nga, there are other people that are asking me, sir, gusto ko yung trabaho mo as a tour guide. Can I be a tour guide? Okay. You can be a tour guide, but katulad yan ng kanta eh. So, you like to sing, but singing doesn't like you. Okay? Kasi dapat, yung tour guide kasi marunong kang you need to speak out. Okay? Marunong kang mag-interact, marunong kang, you need to be a people person. Okay? Halimbawa, isa kang tao na seryoso masyado. And then you wanted to become a tour guide, and then yung mga kasama mo mga medyo bata pa na hilig, they need fun, and ikaw you grow up not to be a fun person, so hindi ka talaga pwede sa profession ito. However, they actually said that tour guiding is an easy job. It's actually not. It's a mahirap na job, okay? It's a hard job, no? Because why? You need to make sure that your guests or clients are safe during their tour. You need to make sure that they're safe. You need to take care of them, make sure that all the things that they need to bring, they already bring it, or they already have it with them. You need to also make sure that yung accommodation sila okay ba, wala bang problema. You need to monitor everything, okay? You need to, even if you can be their father, you can be their friend, you can be their brother, then do so, okay? Because kasi like me, in my case, if I see someone who is having problem, I can actually be available anytime to talk to that person, all right? But yeah, by the way, I am guiding not just in Region 8, but I am also guiding in Cebu City. Okay, so sometimes I go to Cebu because they call me to be guide there because I originally became a guide in Cebu and came here. And also, good thing about being a tour guide is you discover places that you haven't been to. Okay, ako kasi I like to travel, but then again, wala akong capacity to travel. Okay, I don't have the resources to do so. But when I became a tour guide, oh my God,
So yun ang perks.
yun ang perks, yeah. Yun ang
Yun ang
perks doon.
perks.
Yeah. Doon, you tend to travel. And the things that I don't usually do before, nagagawa ko na ngayon. Halimbawa, yung umakyat ng bundok, hindi ko yung nagagawa before. But now I have to climb the mountain and, assist my foreign friends climbing up the mountain, okay? Ngayon kasi, yung guiding kasi namin is, yung parang nagiging focus ko kasi is more on the mountainside kasi nga meron kasi kaming guest na meron akong suki na guest, a good friend of mine who is an American war veteran who goes up to the mountain of Leyte to search for World War II plane wrecks. So yun na yung parang ginagawa namin
Di
every
naman
2 years.
treasure hunting yan.
Hindi. Hindi. We are just
Tour yan. Okay.
Yeah, he's a World War II historian. Yun yung mga pros. And then meron pa rin iba. Dati kasi mahilig ako sa showbiz. Hindi naman ako nagiging artista. So, one perk of being a tour guide is you will be given a chance to be with a celebrity. Halimbawa, darating si Ma'am Jessica Soho, yung naging tour guide. Darating itong artista dito, kung kukunin. Well, that will be the perks. Kaibigan ko yan, kakilala ko yan. So, those
Celebrity
are the...
tour guide pala.
Hindi. Paano lang ba? Paano lang. Yeah, so, anyways, but most importantly, we are the frontliners. Kami yung nag-sell out sa aming region. What is Region 8 all about? Ano yung makikita nyo dito? Anong kagandahan dito? Kaya nga, I do believe in the saying na it's more fun in the Philippines and infinite escapes. Kasi nga, infinite, walang katapusang kasiyahan, kaligayahan na bibigay na maibibigay ng Region 8 sa ating mga kababayan, no? If you just visit us here in the region, I'm sure you will go back with a big smile. Okay, kung saan man kayo saan kayo parte ng Pilipinas, wherever you are in the Philippines, when you come to Region 8 and experience the wonders of the infinite escapes of our beautiful Eastern Visayas, oh my God, you will smile like me. See? You will go back home, wala na kayong iba pang maisip, hindi kayo makakatulog ng 3 araw. Hindi kayo makakatulog ng 3 araw. Yeah, kasi,
I agree.
Yeah, because of the memories that you will experience here. And especially, pupunta kayo dito, you will not be missing me out. Makikita niyo ako. So that's the important thing here also.
Nice.
Okay, so, anyway, so that's it for me. So thank you so much, Sir Mike.
Thank you, Ganggang. Na-mention sa akin ni Ganggang kanina na I asked him why Ganggang. So ang reason pala niyan is pangga.
Yeah, Gang. Kumain ka na, Gang. Tulog ka na, Gang. Tulog na, Gang.
So it's like a family, like a friend, or like a brother. No, that's a term of endearment.
Yes, correct.
Sige, actually, you were mentioning about how the local tour guides work hard for the tourism industry, and also for the tourists, to please them, to give them their, kumbaga, what is due for them. They came from a far place, foreigner, even actually mga Filipinos who wants to avail your services, galing sila ng malalayong lugar. And pagdating nila doon, ang talagang nag-entertain yan, wala namang iba, Hindi naman yan na-entertain ng isang travel and tour operator or travel agencies. Ang talagang mag-aasikaso niyan is the tourist guide.
Correct, yes.
And yan ang nagbibigay ng, sinasabi ko nga, yung it's more fun in the Philippines. Partly aside from the nature, aside from our recreations area, aside from the beautiful sceneries here in the Philippines, it's the travel or tourist guides.
Correct.
Tama ba ko
Definitely.
ron?
Tama, tumpak, pak na pak.
Pak na pak yan. Okay. So, okay. Etong ano no, so now we are under MGCQ and
Yeah.
alam naman natin ang pag-uusapan natin dito is how are you preparing yung pre-COVID, of course, ano yung naging impact nito sa atin in our livelihood, no, in our kumbaga alam naman natin kasi ang mga tour guide, mga outgoing persons yan, no?
Yeah.
Going people yan and they like really to mingle
Yeah,
and
correct.
to talk.
Correct.
Actually, Ganggang, hinihintay ko nga na marami kang ikwento sa amin kasi marami kang nakatagong mga information about your province.
Yeah,
But
ang mangyayari kasi, ano po?
paano kayo naapektuhan ng COVID or pandemic na ito in terms of livelihood, in terms of profession and your business? How are you coping up?
Well, for now, honestly speaking, wala talaga tayong magagawa muna. Kasi kami kasi or as a tour guide, I am the one who talks to the people, who is like, face-to-face interaction, giving them idea, bring them to places. And then, ngayon, because of this pandemic, hindi ko magagawa yan kasi nga bawal mo nang ipag-usap face-to-face. So, I am actually thinking right now of an idea, but I need still to propose this to Ma'am Karen. I've been like thinking about this for quite some time already, and I am trying to check to see if how I could realize this. I am actually planning to have a virtual tour, lang muna na to let the people see kung ano yung meron kami sa Eastern Visayas. Now, but again, through online lang muna kasi wala pa naman, hindi pa naman tayo cleared from this pandemic. But once, yun nga, virtual tour, and then meron kayo mga lalagay na mga inputs about these places, the history, stuff like that. Now, if ever naman, kasi talaga yung mga Pilipino or yung mga tourists, they wanted to go there up close, first hand talaga, makita nila, then we will do that once everything is clear. But for the time being muna, the only thing that I could probably do is do a virtual tour. Okay,
Virtual tour.
Yeah, virtual tour.
So you're going to do that with a GoPro, ganun ba? Or with a camera or with like a drone, ganun ba yan?
Kung ano yung meron akong available equipment, yun lang muna gagamitin ko. I have a camera. Yeah. So, ako lang muna yung mag-iikot. Ang problema ko lang ngayon is we are limited only to a certain place. So, right now, I am in Ormoc. So, hanggang Ormoc na talaga ako. But then again, due to the current situation we have in Ormoc, medyo mahirap talaga siya kasi hindi ako maka-go further hanggang dito lang ako sa area ay kaka-isolate na muna kasi nga dito sa aming lugar, kung lalabas ako na parang Lake Danao, pupunta ko ng Lake Danao, pupunta ko ng aming eco site, hindi ko pa mapupuntahan yun kasi nga may mga hindi pa pwede. So, the time being, ano lang muna yung share ko online, probably in the next few days or I will just share it to the people who wanted to know about. Actually, even ngayon, even though this meron tayong COVID, meron pa rin mga tao tumatawag sa akin Sir Gang, kung pupunta ko na ganito ng ganyan, meron pa rin nagtatanong although telephone lang muna. And then sabi ko sa kanila, ipikit yung mata nyo, i-imagine nyo na sumakay kayo ng aeroplano, dumating kayo dito, nakausap nyo ako, naglakad tayo, ito na. And then I would just while we're talking on the phone, ini-imagine na niya ano yung
okay.
Wala pa kasi kanya.
Yeah, a virtual tour would definitely help, alam mo sinasabi ko nga doon sa itang kausap namin that nag-o-offer ng virtual technology, the regional offices or regional offices of DOT and of course yung mga workforce ng o mga frontliners ng tourism, they can take advantage of this VR and AR or virtual reality and AR Because alam mo ngayon, itong especially dito sa Metro Manila, ang dami na ditong kating-kati na umalis.
Oo nga.
So, nagli-list na yan ng kanilang mga bucket list o ng kanilang mga travel destinations na pupuntahan nila once this pandemic is over. And, my suggestion and recommendation to our regional directors and mga regional players, don't get left behind. While these people are drafting their travel destination or yung kanilang mga bucket list o yung kanilang mga Project 81, di ba? Sana maisulat na tayo ron. Wala namang ibang magtutulungan kundi tayo rin. At like the government said, ang tourism will be open up to local tourists at i-take advantage natin ito. Let the people hear our voices. Kaya mahalaga po ito, nag-uusap-usap tayo, pinag-uusapan natin ang tourism. Hopefully marinig ng mga travelers at makapagpasya sila o makapag-decide sila somehow na pumunta sa mga destinations na mga kinakausap natin dito sa Tourismo TV. Sige.
Yeah, to add up lang Sir County, with what you mentioned na sana yung mga turismo makapasyal, no? Ito kasi yung Region 8 kasi we are trying to sell this region talaga, as in grabe yung pag-sell out namin kasi nga yung mga tao kasi for some reason if they go on a tour, pupunta sila, alis sila ng Manila, pupunta sila ng Cebu, and if from Cebu pupunta ng Davao, hindi sila dadaan ng Region 8. Okay? Gusto talaga namin sila dumaan ng Region 8 para naman nila makita kung gaano kaganda itong rehiyon namin dito. Yeah. So, yun. Kaya we are encouraging them to try our region. Okay? Let's look at, you visit Kalangaman Island, visit our Sambawan
Kalangaman
Island.
Island is very beautiful. So, to our audience, sa ating mga viewers, napakaganda ng Kalangaman Island.
Mayroon pa Sambawan Island din. So, isa rin yung
Sambawan
maganda.
Island.
Yeah.
Sige, babalikan natin yan ganggang later sa ating tuwa. Pero alamin na natin kay Miss Karen Tiopes, ano ba yung mga do's and don'ts right now? Ano ba yung tama nito sa atin sa probinsya, especially sa Region 8 ng COVID pandemic? And how is the province coping up or the region coping up with our current situation or scenario, knowing nandito na tayo sa MGCQ? It's just one step away from totally opening the tourism industry in this area. Miss Karen Tiopes, ready na po ba tayo? Miss Karen, nakamute pa po siya. Okay. There. Miss Karen, wala po siyang audio. Sige, ayusin lang po natin yung sa audio niya. But ito pong Region 8 is very interesting, no? Like po sinabi ng ating panelist kanina, yung first na panelist natin si Jerick, kung gaano po kaganda at kung gaano kalawak ang nasasakop ng Region 8. So marami pa pong area dyan sa Region 8 ang hindi pa po napupuntahan. Ang madalas lang pong bumibisita dyan is yung ating annual typhoon. Madalas po silang bisitahin ng mga typhoons at ng iba pang mga natural causes or mga bagyo, lindol, yung nangyari for example nung nakaraan diyan sa Region 8, nagkaroon ng massive na pagbaha. So, pero welcome naman po, sinasabi na nga po natin sa ating mga stakeholders dito sa Region 8, welcome po ang Region 8 if you want to use Tourismo TV as a channel for your promotion, para po sa ating, para po ma-promote nyo ito dito sa Metro Manila, sa NCR and other regions in the Philippines. Nandito lang po si Tourismo TV. We will welcome you po, ma'am. Ayan na po. Director Karen.
Yes, Mike. Am I heard? Am I heard?
Liwanag na po.
Mike, allow me. Hindi ako dediretso sa COVID experience namin, but I'd like to start sa aming first rebirth actually. So,
okay.
The island of Leyte, Samar and Biliran make up Region 8 or Eastern Visayas. For quite a while, for quite a long time, When a region is mentioned for the first time, the first thing that comes to mind of many are typhoons, insurgency, underdevelopment. As a tourism destination, maybe some of you were surprised at what you saw at the video that was played a while ago. We actually have a lot of tourism products to offer you. There is actually also so much to tell about the region, but today, allow me to share our tourism story in the recent times by starting with a rebirth in 2013. The year 2013 actually came with a good start. By the end of the third quarter, our visitor arrival reached to 500,000. That's 35% higher than the figure of the previous year. When we were hit by Super Typhoon Yolanda, she left along her wide path devastation that many can't even imagine. With badly damaged infrastructure and utilities, with several localities affected, and Tacloban City, our regional gateway and main tourism service center, was in ground zero, and with food and basic supplies scarce, business and livelihood disrupted, and a community distraught after losing their homes and their belongings, and even friends and loved ones. Tourism seemed to be one of the industries that, in the immediate aftermath of the storm, became insignificant as everybody's priority was focused on retrieval of victims, relief, medical, and temporary shelter operations, and massive cleanups. At one point, personally, the positive attitude in me was almost shattered. I actually tried to borrow a vehicle from other agencies to do ocular and damage inspection of our tourism sites. The response of one of them affected me as I was told that there was no longer tourism in Eastern Visayas as it was washed away by the surge. But lo and behold, the men and women of Eastern Visayas tourism industry proved the naysayers wrong. In just about a week's time, our hotels, in whatever state they were in, opened their doors to accommodate the relief and recovery teams, volunteer workers, donors who came from all parts of the country and different corners of the globe to lend us a hand. In less than a month's time, our dining establishments welcomed clients, Filipinos and foreigners alike. The first one to open even served ice-cold beer to the delight of many tired and weary volunteer workers who needed to unwind at the end of a long day. With pride and respect, I have over the years acknowledged the resilience and resourcefulness, resolve, and optimism of our private sector stakeholders. Despite the challenges, many managed to build back their businesses. They proved true the meaning of the Chinese character of crisis. Wei Qi, Wei meaning danger, and Qi meaning opportunity, as they found new business prospects in tourism, especially for micro entrepreneurs. Hotels rebuilt and new ones were also opened. Food businesses started coming back. The need for transport services was high. Meeting venues came back to life. Pasalubongs were in demand. Volunteerism became the byword. And our tourism sites and tour activities picked up from where they left off. As long-staying volunteer workers and even locals started to go on weekend getaways to unwind and recharge. This paved the way to the revival of livelihood, income-earning ventures, and jobs all across the tourism value chain. There was inclusive growth as our local government units started to redevelop tourism by engaging local and rural community folks as tourism service providers. After 5 years, steady growth made Eastern Visayas tourism a bustling industry. While we are still considered actually as one of the below the radar destinations of the country, foreign and domestic travel and tour operators, as well as tourists, have started looking our way as they search for new destinations to go to. Our foreign arrivals grew from a measly 35,000 in 2013 to almost 54,000 in 2018. Domestic tourism rising from almost 500,000 in 2013 to 1.73 million in 2018, ushering in a total of 1.78 million tourists at the end of the year. Tourism earned for the region 19.69 billion in tourist receipts. That is why the NEDA and the region's business chambers acknowledge tourism as a development driver that contributed to the region's recovery after Yolanda. The development of Eastern Visayas is guided actually by a roadmap. We have a tourism plan that was crafted in close collaboration with our stakeholders, particularly our chamber, being the strong partner when we first made the 2021 to 2016 roadmap. Towards the end of 2016, we did an assessment of the plan implementation and crafted the successor plan, 2017 to 2022. Our 2016 performance exceeded our targets. So when it came to crafting the successor plan, we upped the ante with the following bottom line goals. So the slide shows you our targets starting with 2017 until 2022. And this roadmap actually identified several programs and projects to address whatever remaining development gaps that we had. So where were we last year? How were we in 2019? So the facts and figures that you see now will tell the story. Our DZR airport, our regional gateway, was the 7th busiest airport in the country with 17 flights daily. Our universe for accommodation facilities reached 647 with 159 as accreditable. We had 29 accredited travel and tour operators, 20 accredited tourist transport, 336 community guides. These are rural folks who were doing guiding in rural areas, and 9 regional tour guides. Our partial arrival figures for 2019 reached to 1.6 million, and we are optimistic that when all reports from the local government units are in, we will surpass our 2019 figures, 2018 figures rather. Our tourism portfolio is anchored on many sites and places that one can escape to for fun, to explore and experience. This is the reason why we branded and positioned the region as a destination for infinite escapes, where one will experience more fun in the Philippines. Our marketing efforts for domestic tourism is focused on NCR, Central Zone, Region 7, and all our other neighbors in the Visayas. For our foreign market, they include the US, Australia, Korea, China, Japan, and Europe. They come here to the region to visit our religious and historical sites, experience our nature and adventure activities, hop around our island destinations and beach areas, and stay for leisure and vacation. We call our nature and adventure tourism products as infinite thrills. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is just fast. We ran through the different slides. Get your infinite hands in our sun and beach destinations. Next slide, please. Go ahead. Next slide, please. Yes. Our dive and marine sports tour programs offer infinite dives and our places facing the Pacific Ocean give our guests infinite surf breaks. Visit our farms for infinite harvests and sample the infinite eats in our culinary tours. Listen to our infinite stories when you take our cultural and historical tours, and be spiritually renewed when you experience the infinite devotions in our faith tourism sites. Expedition cruise ships guests loved our infinite immersions in our island destinations, and nautical tourism enthusiasts also loved our infinite bay and river leisure trips. New tourism investments in the region saw the opening of MICE facilities, and we were actually hoping this year to carve a niche for mid-sized conferences with our Infinite Meets packages. In a nutshell, we were doing good until COVID-19 came our way. Our journey through this health emergency crisis started at the beginning of 2020 when the DOH started its awareness campaign about the virus, and came up with protocols on how the general public could help control the spread of said virus. Being aware that the global health crisis will definitely hurt the tourism industry, we also at the DOT came up with our own IEC materials to build awareness among our stakeholders on what the virus was, how it was transmitted, came up with protocols on how the general public, how it was transmitted, and the different hygiene and sanitation practices that could be avoided, that could be done to avoid contamination and transmission. These materials were disseminated to our tourism partners region-wide. With the issuance of Presidential Proclamation 922 declaring the state of public health emergency, we called our tourism stakeholders from the private and government sectors to an emergency meeting last March. There were over 100 of them in attendance. The DOH gave a comprehensive briefing and answered the many questions of our stakeholders. Other line agencies like the CAAP, LTFRB, the LTO, the Philippine Coast Guard also gave updates on the measures that they were doing or going to do in the coming days. Aside from threshing out various concerns, the body did a workshop to generate inputs for strategic actions that we could collectively undertake to cushion the impact of the crisis. Little did we know that in less than a week's time, almost all of our tourism-related facilities and services would have to close due to the community quarantine impositions, particularly on lockdowns, travel restrictions, and local gatherings. When the NCR and local community quarantine impositions were issued, we had to prepare advisories to stakeholders and guests alike. These advisories range from the closure of borders, last flight outs, and even temporary DOT 8 work arrangements. Considering the travel restrictions, we now relied heavily on our local government tourism officers to gather and disseminate vital information, account and monitor close tourism enterprises, tourism people's organization and cooperatives, their workers and members, and to check on and provide assistance to stranded tourists. Based on a rapid survey that we did, the declaration of community quarantines all over the region affected 64 tourism sites and which were declared closed by virtue of LGU executive orders. This also affected initially 12 people's organizations. 248 primary tourism enterprises also had to close their doors with over 2,000 employees affected. We were thankful when the DOLE launched the Tupad and Camp programs to provide emergency assistance to industry workers. However, due to the program fund limitations, only employees of 47 tourism enterprises were able to benefit from it. And so we hope that they can still benefit from those extended by the DOF and the SSS. Among the main focus of DOT during this pandemic was to make sure that our foreign tourists were okay and to facilitate their journey back to their respective homes. For several weeks, and actually even until now, we received emails and messages from stranded tourists in the region. Since Eastern Visayas didn't have enough volume of stranded foreign tourists to merit early sweeper flights, our foreign guests really had to wait it out. We anticipated the stress and anxiety that they were going through and came up with a system to regularly monitor how they were, respond to their requests for help, especially when when they encountered mobility problems in the places they were staying. We also sought assistance of the LGU tourism officers to monitor them from time to time. Our DOT Region 8 COVID-19 action team was constantly reminded on how they should handle the stranded guests, meaning be extra careful, patient, and sensitive to the situation they were in and their needs, and to extend whatever assistance we could within the limits of our capacity. Ultimately, many of the stranded tourists became friends with the concerned DOT team members assigned to coordinate with them. Recently, DOT 8 was also designated as the lead coordinator for locally stranded individuals under the Regional Task Force subcluster on returning residents. Our sweeper flights, our first sweeper flight started with a charter by a church for its missionaries. This was followed by a DOT-led sweeper flight and 5 embassy-mounted flights. We also facilitated transfers by boat and by land for some stranded foreign and local visitors. Having a sweeper flight operations meant finalizing the list of qualified passengers, making sure they had the required documents, making vehicle arrangements and routes for travel by land for these tourists to bring them to the DZR Airport Tacloban or the seaports where they should be at. The LGUs were a great help in ensuring border entries and exits. Some even gave food provisions for the travels. To compensate for the extended stay and stressful journey home of our stranded guests, we made sure that they would feel the warmth of Eastern Visayas before they left. So on top of the care packs that we prepared, we also served them snacks, breakfast, lunch, knowing that they had no place to stop or dine at when they took their long trip to the Tacloban City Airport. To bring smiles back to their faces, we extended check-in assistance, gave them token each, and a note to say thank you for choosing the Philippines as your travel and vacation destination and for coming over to discover the infinite escapes of Eastern Visayas. We told them that we hope they bring home with them fun memories of their visit despite the inconvenience that they may have had experienced. We wished them a safe flight but didn't say our goodbyes. Instead, we said, see you again in better times. The slide that you will see, uh, the figures, the one with parang infographics, will show you the number of foreign and domestic tourists and locally stranded individuals that we were able to extend assistance to. As in support to quarantine initiatives, we also did several social media campaigns. We produced in-house short video clips to show our support to the quarantine campaign. Next slide, please. With our local tourism stakeholders as the influencers, our tour guides like Ganggang, hotel managers like Jerick, tour operators, tourism trainers, local chefs, tourism officers, and even kakanin producers. The video series conveyed how they chose to stay at home, help flatten the curve so that in better days, they can once again bring their guests around to experience Eastern Visayas. We also showed images of tourism sites, local cuisine, tourist activities, and local crafts as a subtle way of promoting our tourism assets. To support the needs to have ample quarantine facilities, we linked up with our tourism enterprises and asked if they could open their doors and provide temporary home to frontliners, health workers, and repatriated OFWs. Next two slides, please. Since our stakeholders had so much time in their hand, we encouraged them to participate in DOT, OIMD organized webinars, as well as those that were rolled out by other agencies. On our part, we piloted our own online trainings, which focused on business continuity and digital marketing. These modules were followed by more training topics for both tourism enterprises and tourism officers. And recently, we actually successfully launched the Infinite Escapes Reboot, reinforcing capacities of Eastern Visayas tourism players, which is a series of online webinars and fora in a talk show format to make these virtual learning modules more interesting and more responsive. Aside from supporting national surveys related to the impact of the pandemic, which was aimed to help our national government craft appropriate plans, we also did actually our very own surveys. So for Region 8, we're undertaking four surveys. First, a survey on the impact on tourism enterprises. Second, on the tourism service providers, individual tourism service providers like the guides, the boatmen, artists, entertainers. Second would be the tourism workers in the mainline tourism industry. And the last is a survey on local and domestic market to get the gauge of visitor confidence. So the first three are meant to generate inputs for plans that will address the needs of stakeholders in the supplier side of the industry, while the last one is vital as it will determine the present level of visitor confidence for local and domestic tourists, what will it take to build back their confidence to travel, and what new normal factors will influence their decision on travel destinations and tourist activity choices. With Eastern Visayas under MGCQ or moderate general community quarantine, we're also rolling out in collaboration with our LGUs and our primary tourism enterprises the various new normal operational guidelines crafted by the DOT main office. And this includes the guidelines for accommodation facilities, tourist transport, tour operators, accredited restaurants. To prepare, on the other hand, our local tourist service providers in our Infinite Escape tourism sites, our office is actually drafting right now a comprehensive guidelines for the new normal operations of tourism sites and tourism activities. These recommended guidelines will be adopted by our local government units so that as a destination, the entire region will have one harmonized new normal procedures that follow the health and safety protocols and promote wellness and growth. The road ahead is still uncertain. It may be long, but we can't just sit and wait for things to go back to normal. So as a way forward, we have lined up a number of activities. So for social media, our campaigns would include My Infinite Escapes in Eastern Visayas when the quarantine is lifted. So this is a crowdsourcing awareness campaign, cum marketing already. Then we have the Infinite Eats in Eastern Visayas and safe trips ahead in Eastern Visayas. We will also be doing more learning modules, implementing the DOT Tourism Response and Recovery Plan, which is now being finalized by the central office. And we will be crafting our own regional COVID Transition and Recovery Action Plan. So, next slide, please. Okay. So this is actually our forecast for 2020. We were hoping to increase our arrivals versus the 2019 figures. But given the situation that we have right now, so we made some assumption for the year 2020. So we presumed that for the first 2 months, we had the similar level of arrivals for January of last year. So that's practically like 242,000. Zero arrival for March until the third quarter of the year. We are hopeful and we are assuming that new normal comes by the fourth quarter. Worst case scenario, maybe 40% of what we received last year will be coming over, or that's like 164,000. Very optimistic scenario would be a 60% arrivals of what we had last year. That's 247,000. Or a total of, if we're going to be optimistic, that's 489,000. So this worst case scenario actually shows a decline of 75% in our arrivals versus 2019. And optimistic scenario is still a decline of 70%. And in terms of meeting our targets, because we also have our target for 2020, we are 80% below our target for this year. So next slide, please. We also, okay, so my apologies. Please stay with the same slide. Okay, so for 2021, we are presuming that things will be almost back to normal, but actually we're never going back to the old normal. We will already be in the new normal. So we slashed actually our targets. From the 15% annual growth rate, we said 50%, 7.5% because of the social distancing requirements. It says 50% operational lang yung ating mga facilities and services. So given that presumption, we are thinking that we hope that we will have, in a worst case scenario, 703,000 visitors by end of 2021, or optimistic scenario, we reach 1.05 million. So that's still only 78% of our actual target for 2021 in the worst case scenario, or about 116% in the okay. So if we look at our target, it's still below it's 66% below our target for 2021. Okay, so as we prepare to restart and rev up again the engines of Eastern Visayas, next slide please, the Eastern Visayas tourism industry, we will continue. We resolve to continue together with our stakeholders to pursue our vision. Next slide please. To pursue our vision to be the visitor's choice in the Visayas by 2022, with diverse tourism products accessible to all, embracing responsible and sustainable tourism principles that promote inclusive growth in the region, and our goal to responsibly develop and promote tourist-ready and marketable tourism sites with tourism product offerings that create high level of tourist satisfaction and foster inclusive growth to the regional economy. So as I end, I say damong salamat to Tourismo TV for giving us a chance to relate or to tell our Eastern Visayas tourism story. Damong salamat nga maupay nga kulupaton nga tanan. That was quite long actually.
Dr. Karen Tiopes. Very comprehensive presentation. Actually, I'm amazed that you are really prepared na, no? Even before pa tayo mag-open, prepared na ang Region 8 tumanggap, or kumbaga sabi nyo nga kanina, we're ready to reboot or to restart tourism in your region, which is very, very good for all the travelers to know na yung kanina, ma'am, no, nagpakita tayo ng mga videos ninyo sa public, and I agree, ma'am. I was in awe and amazed na marami palang tourist destination sa Eastern Visayas region.
Yes, Michael, you have to come and visit us.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. We will schedule a visit in your office. Ma'am, specifically in Region 8, where are you located, or where are you holding your office?
We're in Tacloban City, the regional capital.
The gateway of Region 8.
Right.
Wow.
And the
very
Regional Tourist Service Center.
Yes, ma'am. So ito yung mga nakita natin kanina, no? My take on your presentation, ma'am. The tourism industry in Region 8 was really doing well, no? Even after tayo tamaan ng Yolanda, and immediately nagkaroon ng opportunity. Sabi nyo nga yung Weiji, no? Doon sa adversity, merong opportunity.
Yes.
Weiji. And it's a Chinese term or word for crisis, right? For crisis, for crisis. And it's very interesting to know that meron palang G doon, which is the opportunity na pagkatapos ng Tacloban, nagkaroon ng typhoon ng Yolanda, is nagkaroon naman ng opportunity para dun sa mga tourists or mga foreigners to come over and see the beauty of that region and that area. Tama ba ako doon, ma'am?
They actually help spread the good word about us as a destination.
Yes. Kasi even actually mga ma'am, yung mga taga Metro Manila and even other provinces, taga ibang region, taga Mindanao and other provinces in Cebu, pumunta dyan, ano? And then gave their time and effort and donation to help the people there in Region 8. And I think from there, nagsimula na makita ng mga tao, ma-appreciate nila ang beauty ng Region 8 in that area. And that started the whole tourism. Sabi nyo nga kanina, from 54,000 po ba? Annually, naging 300, tapos umabot na tayo ng million, and 1.73 million. 2019.
Yes.
Grabe, ang laki ng talon, ano? Kumbaga, nag-spike up siya agad. Kung titingnan mo sa graph, it was a very, very, very good development. And unfortunately, tinamaan tayo ngayon ng COVID, but this will come to pass. There's always a silver lining or light at the end of the tunnel into this pandemic. And ma'am, question lang, no? In terms of the businesses, right now, you are under MGCQ na.
Yes.
And yung tinanong ko nga kanina kay Mr. Jerick, ano ba kamusta po ba yung climate dyan o yung atmosphere ng ating local tourists? Are they starting to build up, or meron na ba tayong nararamdaman na movement?
Okay, let's put it this way. As far as the opening of our tourism enterprises is concerned, meaning the hotels, the restaurants, they're now allowed to open at 50% their capacity to operate. Yes. For tourism sites, hindi pa rin kami nagbubukas. I just know of one beach resort that has opened up their doors, but most of our tourism sites are not yet open to to usher in their guests because we want to prepare our service providers, meaning those are operating, providing tourist activities at the tourism sites. We do not, gusto namin kasing suportahan yung sinasabi, yung call ni Secretary Berna, na ayaw namin na manggagaling sa turismo ang second wave. We want to make sure that the tourism industry will be strong in the sense that we are ready, we're following strictly the health and safety protocols, not just for two reasons, to ensure the safety of our industry, partners, workers, as well as our guests. So, naghahanda kami. We're taking this slowly but surely. Napagtyagaan na namin, kinaya na namin hanggang ngayon. So what is a matter of probably 2 weeks para kami magbukas. We just need to be prepared.
So ma'am, how optimistic are you? Nakita natin you're ready to open. How optimistic are you that that tourism will bounce back immediately after this COVID pandemic? Well, based on your presentation, meron namang mga target, no? But how really optimistic are you?
The key, Mike, actually is to convince the tourists, convince the market that it's safe to travel. Ang stigma kasi ng COVID is ayaw ng tao mag-travel kasi baka where they go, meron doon COVID positive at mahawas sila. So that's why we're promoting the protocols, the health and safety protocols, as part of our way of telling them it's now okay to travel. So I'm optimistic in the sense that alam ko, karamihan ng tao gusto nang lumabas sa bahay, gusto nang mag-unwind because actually sabi nila during this pandemic, during the quarantines, walang trabaho. Actually, was stressful nga na doble yung trabaho. And when you're at home, cooped up in your homes, minsan nakaka-stress din. So even my grandchildren, labas na talaga sila. So we just need to prepare and show our market, the local first. Uunahin muna namin ang Eastern Visayas na aming target market. Meaning Eastern Visayas, going around Eastern Visayas. Hindi kami mag-aambisyon to bring in people from other regions. Sa amin muna. Because all of us, Eastern Visayans, need to prove to the rest of the country and the world that we're ready by being the samples ourselves.
Yes. Actually, ma'am, yung nangyari sa Boracay, it's actually coming from Cebu, right? So, galing siya ng Cebu and then that particular official went to Boracay. Well, according to the news, to celebrate something and then nagkaroon ng COVID. Fortunately, the government is not closing Boracay, but they are closing Cebu as the source of that infection. So, ang ibig natin sabihin dito, ma'am, Miss Karen Tiopes, pwede na tayo mag-prepare to travel. You can plan your travel for 2020 to 2021, maybe end of this quarter, or maybe first quarter of next year, and visit Region 8 or choose Region 8 as one of your destination. But, of course, we have to follow the protocol para hindi tayo mahawa. When you will follow the protocol, definitely you will be safe.
Yeah.
Right?
Two-way na para hindi tayo mahawa or makahawa.
Mahawa. Yes, meron tayong protocol na dapat nating sundin. And if you will follow that protocol, we can say that we will be safe to travel to this destination.
Yeah. Actually, the way to fight COVID is to be responsible. To be responsible and to have self-discipline. Kaya naman, lumalala kasi yung mga tao, kulang ng disiplina. Kahit alam nilang hindi pwede, pinipwede pa rin nila.
Yeah, I agree with you, ma'am. So sige ma'am, balikan natin kayo ulit dyan doon sa, marami akong gustong itanong sa inyo at maraming questions and coming from the other panelists. But puntahan natin ang asing partner sa XYZ Hotel, si Jerick Florano. You know, Miss Karen Tiopes is telling us about, Jerick, I think naka-mute ka pa, and Sir Ganggang. But,
there you go. Yeah.
Yes, about safe travel, how the province and the region are preparing the stakeholders, from the national level to the regional, and then going to the stakeholders and going to our tourism workers. Sa inyo dyan sa XYZ Hotel, how are you preparing the public or even actually your workforce o yung mga nagtatrabaho sa hotel in accommodating our tourists?
Yeah, as I've mentioned earlier during my slides, during my presentation, we came up with this campaign because right now, no, according to the survey, 80% of the travelers would actually look for a bigger percentage of the travelers would look to a hotel, not because it's branded, but it's because it's safe. So that's why we created a campaign, Stay Like Home. So it means we have this commitment to clean, stay safe. So we are preparing with different digital campaigns we started actually posting on our social media accounts. We are also having a link bio wherein the guests or the tourists or travelers can check on immediately and read on what are the certain protocols or guidelines that they may have when they stay with us. In terms of our associates naman, we would make sure that, of course, as much as possible, when we operate, we would prioritize those associates who are just, living nearby, who are those people na hindi accessible lang yung property because, may mga other associates kami na may hirapan pa rin in terms of like may mga borders pa rin na medyo strict pa din. So we will prioritize those people na medyo less ang risk to travel. And then as much as possible, those associates, kasi meron kami mga associates na meron namang mga nagmomotor, yung less commute lang just to make just to be sure na when they arrive at the property, safe. And sabi nga ni Miss Karen, ni RD kanina, two-way kasi yan eh. So dapat everyone is responsible. Yung guests natin, yung tourists natin at the same time, kaming mga stakeholders or kaming mga nasa hotels and restaurants.
Yes. I agree. So safe like home, no? Kumbaga kung paano ka safe sa bahay, pagdating mo ng XYZ hotel or pagdating mo ng Region 8 tourism sites or tourism establishment, you are safe like home.
Correct.
Ganun ba yun, Jerick?
Yes po, Sir Mike. That's the core message of our campaign.
Yeah,
I like that message, especially to our travelers here in Metro Manila. So, Ganggang, when you say safe like home, and you are a tourist guide, right? You are a tourist guide, and you're accommodating tourists. How is it with you, no? For example, ang guests natin are most or 90% of your clients are foreigners. Am I correct?
No, mostly are Filipinos.
Really?
Domestic.
Very good.
Yeah, domestic.
Filipinos.
Domestic.
Yeah.
So these are
over 90% of our market are domestic tourists.
Are domestic tourists. Okay, so iba naman to sa ibang region, ano? So pagdating sa dito
Mike, for the entire country, the backbone of Philippine tourism is domestic tourism. Actually.
Domestic tourism.
With the exception of places like Boracay, Cebu. Yeah.
Right, I agree, ma'am. We have 19 million tourists as reported, and then 50 million movements in 2019.
Yeah.
So sige, Ganggang, paano mo 'yon how will you play on that messaging na stay at home? Yung sinasabi nga ni XYZ Hotel, si Mr. Jerick, safe like home. How about sa ating mga tourist guide? Ano naman ang message natin sa ating mga travelers?
Ang message ko lang sa mga travelers natin, if they will come to Region 8 at this time of pandemic, is to just basically stay like home, safe like home. Kami naman tour safe, okay? Travel safe, yun lang. Kasi we are more on travel naman eh. We are the ones outside on the field. So we are the ones who are critical, no? Kami talaga yung frontliner. So
frontliners.
Medyo nasa amin yung parang the delicate part of the tourism aspect is sa amin. So to be safe, just travel safe lang. Follow the necessary protocols, whatever it is, so that everybody will be safe during their tour here in our region.
I see. So, ibig sabihin, you will require the travelers to follow the protocol. So, will you be carrying the same presentation that Ms. Karen had or presented this session, na meron silang parang flyer, no, na pinamimigay that the tourists and the stakeholders should follow. So parang protocol.
Yeah, whatever the regional office will tell us or will order, will instruct us, that we will follow. Because that's our role. We follow our boss, Ma'am Karen. So, ano sasabihin niya? Follow agad. Yun yun.
Your nanay, not your boss.
Nanay
Your
namin,
nanay.
The nanay appreciate.
Kung ano sasabihin ng nanay namin, follow agad. Yes, mami, agad.
Kasi baka mapalo, ano.
Okay.
Miss Karen, how do you, this is MGCQ na. So,
Yes.
mayroong mga hotels and tourism establishment na nagpapa-clearance na sa inyo.
Yes.
Nasa naman tayo doon sa level na yon. Ilan na po ang nagpapa-clearance? 90% na po ba? 80%?
We have actually 90 accommodation facilities issued with
Yes.
ICAO, and more coming. And actually, even those that are not asking for CAO are already applying for accreditation. So this is really a positive development, meaning they're following not just the protocols for new normal, but they're also following now the standards.
So, wow, very nice. No? Very nice to know that so there's other stakeholders na hindi pa accredited ngayon, nagpapa-accredit na,
Yes.
and wanting to follow the protocols.
Right.
Because of course, logically, no, yun ang nasa survey. The survey says that tourists, local man yan or foreign, will go to hotels or tourism accommodations that follows the safety and security protocols. So without these protocols, they are not sure.
Yes, sir.
I think the tourists are not sure if they are safe in this establishment. So it's this is the only way for them to be booked or visited by our travelers. So now, siguro ma'am, ito no, siguro pasok na ma'am tayo dun sa mga questions coming from our audience here. Siguro kay ano lang, kay umpisahan natin kay Jerick. Jerick, may
Yes.
question ko. Pagka ba nag-book sila online, no? So you're promoting online booking. So pag nag-book ba sila, meron ba silang certain perks or discounts na makukuha following your recommendation as the proponent of the project or the proponent of the hotel?
Yes, definitely. What we're trying to promote now, even before COVID pa, no, we would highly encourage our tourists and guests to book direct. We offer cheaper rates, and at the same time, yung inclusion ng room packages has a lot of different perks at the same time. So this is something that we wanted to promote. Yung if they book direct, they can get a certain discount rather than booking to other online travel agencies. So that's something that
So-
they can look for.
That's directly booking from your website, not from
Yes.
OTA sites.
Yes.
Okay. Saan ba available? Pero available din ba kayo sa ibang mga OTA sites?
Yeah, we are everywhere. We are available on different online travel agencies.
All right, but you are recommending to the public that they book directly from your website. Am I correct?
Yes, definitely. Although, because some of the protocols and the guidelines will also be highlighted on the website, and at the same time, although other OTAs would ask on our property naman what are our guidelines, but basically it's just that we wanted to promote Book Direct because naman there are other commissions and other fees that online travel agencies usually get. This kind of when we start recovering, we wanted na mag-down in terms of all revenue will be directly to the property. At some point, on the other side of the property revenue management.
I see. Okay. So pagdating dito sa booking procedures, so they will book from your website, and kailan yung booking date nito? When this will be available?
Okay, so definitely the perks and the discounts is actually available even before COVID. So it just so happened that I am highlighting it now to emphasize and to lobby more of booking direct, 'di ba? And at the same time, no, I just wanted to highlight that you need to be more also flexible. I guess on our part, if you book direct, we will be more flexible in terms of cancellation policies. I think this is one thing that everyone can adapt at the same time, especially right now that everything is unpredictable. There might be cancellations. For as long as there's no cure, this is our new normal. You need to be flexible that at least kasi dati sa iba, I think 3 days before arrival, ang cancellation, or if not, you will be charged. Right now, I think in the tourism accommodation sector, we have to be flexible in terms of our rate, like even cancellation, at least 24 hours, or at least encourage guests na they could have a flexible stay at the same time, that they can rebook anytime. So things like that. And when you book direct, it's easier to communicate with us, of course.
I see. Ma'am, punta tayo kay kay sa ating RD Karen. Ma'am, question lang. You were talking about you're doing some webinars or forums sa mga stakeholders ng Region 8. And are you proposing or are you recommending a digital or parang a site where they can use and post their packages, hotel rooms, and other tourism services?
That would be one in the pipeline. For now kasi wala kaming, our office doesn't have a website actually. So nag-rely kami sa main website ng BOT. So what we intend to do is to sit with our tourism stakeholders, meet up with them in Zoom, and discuss on what are the ways that we can work together on to help, number one, of course, promote their properties in preparation, communicate that they're all ready for the new normal, and find ways to come up with smoother processes in terms of booking, cancellations, communicating the procedures, because we need to communicate what our protocols are. Mahirap yung basta pupunta na lang sila and mamaya magreklamo sila, bakit kayo ganun? So, number one is communicate, communicate, communicate. Whatever we agree on, we need to communicate. So, lahat yun pag-uusapan namin, especially when we're about to fully roll out na talaga all these guidelines. Kasi as of now, we're still on the orientation phase of these guidelines. Those that were prepared by the central office as well as those that na ginagawa ng aming regional office.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Question naman sa ating tour guide, no, kay Ganggang. Gang, paano natin ngayon, 'di ba? Kasi kanina listed there are about 340 plus tour guides. Meron tayong community guides and meron tayong tour guides dito sa Region 8. And I think you're one of the leader of this organization. Are we correct?
No.
Is it a self-proclaimed or nagiging prophetic lang siya that you are the leader?
Michael is the first DOT accredited tour guide in the region. Siya yung nauna talaga.
So, ibig ba sabihin nun, ma'am, nasa mga 70 years old na si... Ganun ba yan? Hindi naman. So, kauna-una. So, you're one of the pioneer tour guides. So, kamusta naman doon sa mga kasama natin? I'm sure you're getting in touch with our tour guides, yun sa ating mga bankero, doon sa ating mga community guides. Sasabi mo nga kanina, no, doon sa back end natin na pinag-uusapan. So, paano sila nagko-cope up ngayon? At what support does the tourism or regional tourism can provide to our community guides and registered guides? Sige, Mr. Ganggang,
yeah. When this pandemic happened, the first thing that I did personally dito lang sa Ormoc area, kasi meron kami mga local community guides dito and most of them are mga kilala ko, mga friends. Now I actually just asked them kumusta sila, how are they doing, and how is everything amidst this pandemic? Well, yun nga, same reaction as everyone, no? They're trying to stay safe, and then ito naman sila actually is given a chance for them to well, I told them that just keep on what you're doing, no? Kung ano yung ginagawa niyo before, ganun pa rin yung gawin niyo ngayon. But then again, due to the new normal scenario, so kailangan talaga limited na yung movements natin. But slowly ngayon naman sila, they're slowly starting up what they need. Kasi sabi nga, sir, problem namin sa bankero na side. Meron kami mga kilala na nag-ooperate ng mga bangka. Kasi meron kaming eco park dito sa Ormo na pinupuntahan namin. Wala talaga kaming kliyente ngayon, sir. Sabi ko, okay lang. Kung mayroon kayong bangka, pumunta muna kayo sa gitna ng dagat. Mangisda muna kayo.
Mangisda muna.
Mangisda muna. And then, para na kayo makakain. And then once we're back,
improvise.
Improvise na muna. Kasi pagbalik natin, wala na babalik. Kasali din naman kayo sa natin pagbalik operation na natin. So, for now, sabi ko nga, let's try to look for a way lang muna na maka-support tayo sa sarili natin, makain na tayo for the time being, and once we're back, then everything will be going well.
Thank you, Ganggang. Yeah. So, ma'am, based doon sa sinasabi ni ni Ganggang and ni Jerick, tourism really created so many jobs in Region 8.
Yes, that's true.
And then eventually, just like that,
Stand still. Stand still
yeah.
talaga ngayon.
Stand still.
Yes. But then again, Michael, we found out that enterprising pala ang karamihan sa kanila. So, alam mo, kahit I know of a manager of a hotel na nagluluto na ng mga cakes sila ngayon, nagbebenta ng mga cakes. So, naghahanap-hanap talaga kung ano yung pwedeng gawin. Kasi, we're not people who survive, di ba? If you just see one of those advocacy videos na ginawa nila Jerick and si Ganggang, there's one tour guide namin in a community-based tourism area. Sabi niya, waray-waray ini. Meaning, I am a waray-waray. COVID lang ito. So, meaning, yung fighting spirit nandyan eh. Kaya naming tumiis dahil mas masakit yung nadaanan namin nung Yolanda. That's why I started with Yolanda because doon naka-anchor yung resiliency namin eh. Bakit kami ganito? Bakit namin kayang tiisin ito? And why we have the determination to rise back.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Wala na tayong time. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing, no, ma'am, that coming from our nanay sa ating regional office, ang ating regional director, ang nanay ng probinsya in terms of tourism, is really a positive person and very, I think, innovative kayo, ma'am, no? Well, we're not comparing to other regions, but we have talked to other region as well. And napakaganda ng ginagawa ninyong preparation sa inyong probinsya. And sinabi nyo nga na naka-anchor ito dun sa nangyari sa inyo sa Yolanda.
Yeah.
How resilient you are now is because of what happened 5 years ago or 6 years ago in your area. And siguro it's one thing that we can look forward to. Kaya natin ito. No?
Kaya.
And they have home and feel like home kay Jerick. And of course, sa ating mga tour guide is travel safe. Sige ma'am, punta na po tayo sa ating mga last messages sa ating mga tagapakinig. After this discussion, we will also distribute this forum to other channels, to other groups, and we'll report it to you after a week para makita natin kung gaano kalaki ang viewership ng ating naging programa. Pero mga last program namin, 38,000, 27, 16,000, 17,000. Wow. And hopefully, marinig tayo ng ating mga kababayan. Sige ma'am, magsimula na po tayo. Panghuli na po ang ating regional director, ang ating nanay, because napakaganda ng kanyang mga sinasabi sa ating discussion. Unahin na po natin sa ating tour guide, Mr. Jesus Manuel Ganggang Horca II.
Okay, first and foremost, I would like to thank Tourismo TV for inviting us over. And likewise, I would like to thank Sir Mike, for inviting us. Now, ang message ko lang is sa ating mga viewers, sa ating mga tagapakinig ngayon, hapon na ito, I am inviting you to come to our Eastern Visayas, Region 8 Eastern Visayas. This is one place that you should never miss. Kasi if you will miss it, you will miss one half of your life. Okay? You feel the infinite escape, the beautiful, the wonders of nature, and the wonderful people of Eastern Visayas. Okay. Na-intriga kasi, mostly kasi sa inyo, na-intriga kayo kung ano yung Moron, ano yung Binagol, ano yung Kalanggaman, saan nakikita yun. It's all found here in Eastern Visayas. So, ano pang hinihintay nyo? You pack up your things, sakay ka na kayo sa aeroplano, punta na kayo dito. And I'm sure, hindi nga kayo makakatulog na 3 araw pag-uwi sa inyo kasi hindi nyo makakalimutan yung experience dito sa Eastern Visayas. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ganggang. Mr. Jerick Florano of XYZ Hotel.
Yes po. Again, thank you so much for the opportunity, Tourismo PH, Sir Michael, for spearheading, of course, this forum. And for the rest of the netizens or the televiewers that we have and all our lahat ng tagapakinig nating dito sa forum na to. I know right now we are on a state that we are just sitting, we are just lying in our bed, and we are daydreaming to travel. We, XYZ and the region of Eastern Visayas, we want you to include us in your daydreaming. I want you to have your virtual tourism with us, or shall we say, have an infinite escape with us through your dreams. And one day, if everything is well, if you're allowed to travel, I'm inviting you all to please visit Eastern Visayas. There's more to discover and to experience. That's why it's infinite. We just don't start with the letters, but we will end up with all the experiences that you can bring home when you reach home. And I think more than anything else, more than the experiences that you will have, it's about the memories, the exceptional memories of how hospitable we are and the relationship that you will have when you travel with us. Let's hope for the best, and hopefully you will experience Eastern Visayas. And mabuhay po, at for now, please stay safe and see you very soon.
Thank you very much, Jerick. Jerick, thank you very much for that wonderful message. So see you, but not no goodbyes, right? No goodbyes, but we'll see you again on your next visit. And please choose Region 6 or a certain location in Region 6. Region 8. Yes. So yeah, Miss to our RD, to our nanay, Miss Karen Tiopes. Na-disconnect yata siya, no? Sige, let's wait for Miss Karen Tiopes to get back on the show. But eto nga yung takeaways natin, yung sinabi ni Ganggang sa atin. Visit Region 6 because this is one place, Region 8, that you should never miss.
Yeah.
Diba? That you should never miss. For the information of everyone, there's a lot of beautiful, funny people in the Visayas region.
Correct.
And they're very creative. They talk really well, very articulate, so fun that you can just imagine. I stayed in Mindanao for 4 years. and I mingle with a lot of Cebuanos from 2006 to 2010 in Davao City. And I'll tell you something, it's a wonderful experience. Our RD now is back.
Sorry na
Miss,
putol.
our
Nalubat.
regional director, please your ending message to our viewing public.
Okay. So first of all, maraming salamat to Tourismo TV. Michael, maraming salamat, and to the men and women behind this show for having Eastern Visayas as your guest for today. And I consider myself actually blessed na nakasabay ko sila Jerick at saka si Ganggang. Because truly, itong dalawang to are among those who are pinaka-reliable namin na partners, tourism partners in the region. So, as a parting message, hindi ko na ibebenta ang Region 8 kasi ang gagaling ng mga spiel ng aking dalawang kasamahan. So I just would like to remind everyone, particularly those in the tourist industry, that it is our patriotic duty to help combat the spread of COVID-19. If we wish our industry to rise back again, then let's do our share. So whether you're a manager, whether you're a worker, or whether you're a PO in a community-based tourism, we have to do our share. So whatever protocols are laid before you by the concerned agencies like the DTI, the DOT, the DOTR, then we have to follow, because this is all for our own good. This is for the good of our industry, and this is for the good of our visitors, whom I know that we're eagerly waiting for. So we wish that in the near future, when you're good and ready and you've decided to travel back again, consider visiting Eastern Visayas, because we assure you, when you're here, you're going to have safe escapes, safe trips in Eastern Visayas. So, mo pa yung kulupaton nga tanan, nganda mo nga salamat.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat, sa inyong pagbibigay ng oras at ng panahon dito sa ating programang Tourismo TV. Rest assured that we will continuously we are here to promote your region, not only this time but in the coming weeks and months, para masuportahan natin ang local tourism. Napaka-importante po ng tourism sa ating bansa. Actually, strategic ang Pilipinas to be the tourism destination dito sa Southeast Asia. Malaki po ang contribution nito sa ating GDP, and I hope that our government people will support the call of our secretary na mabigyan pa ng additional budget ang tourism sector, the number 2 biggest contributor sa ating GDP. At sana mapakinggan po ito ng ating mga mahal, kagalang-galang na mga mambabatas at ng ating presidente. Humihingi po ng tulong ang ating tourism industry. Malaki po ang naitulong niya for the past 10 years. Ngayon naman po, babawi naman po ang tourism. At sana po, masuportahan natin ang call na ito ng lahat na nagtatrabaho, workers of the government, ng mga stakeholders, at ng mga workers of tourism, yung ating mga frontliners. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, or magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat, at maraming salamat po ulit sa pakikinig sa amin
sa Tourismo
TV.
Thank you.
Maraming salamat.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe.
Salamat.
God bless. God bless and stay safe and well.